Hello everyone. Today what I'm going to be talking about is what I carry here on my belt to whenever I go out into the woods, either to hunt or trap or do bushcraft or whatever I'm doing. This is what I'm going to be carrying on my belt. So I'll come up here and give you a quick overview, and then we'll move to the stump and do a more in-depth look at what I'm carrying. So obviously we already talked about my shot pouch and powder horn in the last video, but these are such important items, and I always usually have them on me when I'm carrying my belt, and whenever I go into the woods, I will include them into this belt kit because I usually always have them and they are so important. But shot pouch and powder horn and my flintlock, and right here just with my flintlock I have a way to start a fire and to procure game. But then on my belt I have, this is just a cowhide belt, but I have a noggin drinking cup, a belt knife, which slides under my belt, and I have a belt pouch and tomahawk. So that's what I carry on my belt. We'll go to the stump and we'll look at each individual item, and I'll talk about them a little bit. Okay, so I have everything laid out here on the stump, and what I'm going to talk about first is my noggin drinking cup. And the word noggin, which refers to basically the bump or scab that a tree has formed over a wound that it has acquired some way or another, where either it's got a gouge taken out of it or the bark's been ripped off, some serious wound to the tree. And sometimes over the serious wound, the tree will grow a kind of a round scab over it, and that would have been at that time cut off with a saw and carved out to make a bowl shape on the inside. And you would have a noggin drinking cup. Now, the noggin drinking cup is completely different from what is referred to as a kuksa, I believe, which is a different kind of drinking cup. Yes, it's made out of wood and carved from a burl or, a noggin style thing, a noggin style bump on the tree. Although it's the same in that regard, a kuksa is more from Scandinavia, kind of Laplanders, I believe, is what they're called. I don't know if it's from Scandinavia or not, but it's different. It's a whole different part of the world than America, and is of a different design, handle-wise and size-wise. A kuksa would have been carved as basically something that you would have for your whole life, as a bowl and cup. So it was larger in size, and the handle came down for most of the size of the bowl, whereas this handle only comes down for part of the bowl, and there would have been a hole drilled through that handle instead of a handle that you held on to like this with your thumb and index finger. So don't confuse the noggin drinking cup with the kuksa. The kuksa is a different cup all the way, while the noggin is the more American style cup. And obviously with the Native Americans and the settlers here, they would have carved all sorts of wooden bowls and cups and stuff, but this was referred to as a noggin drinking cup. And this one is suspended on my belt with a toggle, and people will do all kinds of really nice designs with these. But this is the basic design. This one's the one that I made myself. It's not completely round, the bowl shape, but it works. So this is a really good thing to carry. The idea with it is, say you came across a spring or a small stream and you wanted to get a drink of water. It's right here on your belt. You don't have to take any of your gear off. You just take this out, scoop up some of the water and take a sip. It's also a great personal cup around camp. Say you only carry a pot in your kit and it's kind of big. You can say you made some boiled chocolate. You can just scoop it right out of there, right out of the pot, and drink from it as a personal cup. So it's really good for that. An extra container is always good. You can always put a container to use. So next I have my knife, and this is a Jeff White French trade knife. A lot of you are familiar with Jeff White's knife. knives that he makes. They're really nice. There's certain things I like about them and certain things that I don't like about them. Some parts of them aren't completely period correct, while others are. But I am working on a custom knife of my own design, that's period correct in the forge right now. But this is what I carry at this time. So it's a good knife. I really do like it. But as I said, there's certain things I don't like about it, and there's certain things that I do. So I'll just show you my belt pouch next. My belt pouch and tomahawk I kind of have put together as one, because usually I'll slide I wear my belt pouch in the back, so I slide my tomahawk behind it because it holds it there nicely. But I wanted it really tight in there, so when I was running it wouldn't fall out or it wouldn't bounce around on me or move around my side on my belt. So what I did is right there on the belt loop, I put another slit through the top to run my tomahawk down. So now it's like one package, and it works very well that way. So my tomahawk, I'll just talk about that first. I have just a drawstring pouch made of deer skin with a little antler button stopper there. And I just pull that stopper and it opens the sheath up. And I really like that style of sheath. It comes off fast. You don't have to wrap anything around it. There's other styles of knife sheaths, or tomahawk sheaths, excuse me. But I found that works very well and it's fast. This is a Turner tomahawk. It's a Scout tomahawk, it's called. It's a really good tomahawk. I built my log cabin and my blacksmith shop with this, and it's served me very well. Some people say they're too hard. I don't know about that. I'm pretty happy with it. I've used it a lot, and I found that it's tempered correctly, whereas the back part here is softer than the edge. That's very important, and I found that was correct. So I think it's a good tomahawk. It's worked for me for a very long time. Whether it's too hard or not, I don't know, but it works good. So next, my belt pouch. My belt pouch is just a buckskin pouch with a antler base button on there, and I'll talk about what's in it. First, I have my Husif, or housewife, sewing kit, which I definitely want to carry on me at all times, whether I have my knapsack on or not. It's very important for mending moccasins and your clothing. No matter what, I definitely want to have that on me. Next, I have my flint and striker for my flint and steel kit, right there. And then I have my char tin, just a little tin can, and I carry my char in that. And obviously, just like in the period, I don't char my stuff in there, so that's why it's shiny. Next, I have my brass compass with pace counting beads right there. I'll just show you my compass real quick. Just a full brass case compass. It's got the original compass rose style on there and a sundial, which I'll have to make a video on how to use the sundial. But I just keep that in a little linen bag to keep it clean and keep it from getting scratched up and stuff. Next, I have just a hank of jute twine. I'm probably going to replace this with hemp, because hemp is a stronger cordage, and it probably would have been easier to get, seeing that it was grown here in America generally. So then in the bottom of my belt pouch, I carry some birch bark and tinder and stuff, which is really good to always have some source of dry tinder on you already, because it definitely helps out if you're in a bad weather situation. So that's all I carry on my belt. I have my fire kit right there with tinder. I have my navigational kit with my compass and pace counting beads, and you can do a lot with just a compass and pace counting beads. You can do a lot with that. I have some cordage, my sewing kit, cup, knife, and tomahawk. So that's what I carry. Pretty simple and light, which is very important that it is light. So thank you very much for watching today. If you have any ideas of what I should maybe add to my kit, I would definitely like to hear those. But thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.